Yes, Julia is the name. I am a junior UX UI designer here at BBD. And as mentioned, topic is effectively using augmented reality in UX UI design. So to kick off, what is augmented reality? So AR is using images and videos to layer on top of what you are viewing in your actual reality or real world. So it's an actual view of reality to create a third dynamic level of an augmented experience. So I know a lot of us know what AR VR is, but people still do get it confused. So just a little bit of a difference between the two. So whilst AR is a experience of your reality where you can still view everything around you, VR or virtual reality physically puts you in that world. It fully immerses you in whatever you are doing and experiencing. So that is done via a VR set. So, you know, the giant goggles in my little man here. Yeah, so you can't see anything. Only thing you have is those goggles on. I think they have like little hand things as well. And yeah. And then AR uses obviously a camera and a smartphone, and it just brings it out for you. So now how does all of this fit into UX UI and how can it be effectively applied? So when designing an AR experience, there are a few things to consider, such as having a pop-up prior to entering the experience on a mobile phone of the expectation towards the space that is required to enjoy the experience. We obviously don't want people falling over, you know, walking backwards, and then also don't want to anger them of, hello, this thing is being glitchy because I don't have enough space. Another is not cluttering the UI. We want to make use of as much of the screen as possible to display a physical world and the experience of those virtual objects. So we don't want 1,000,001 buttons everywhere for you to click on. We want you to get to the point, understand what you're doing, and enjoy. So offering an easy to use and understand what the onboarding is all about. Chances are that if your user doesn't know how to use this effect within seconds of the first engagement, they most likely won't use it at all. So as much as we are tech savvy, we don't have a very long attention span. So quick, easy, short tutorials or 2 tips on how to perform specific tasks on the context of actual interactions will help the user to understand how to work things. Then lastly, don't try and completely reinvent the wheel. Augmented reality interface design isn't about going big or going home. Users make use of majority of the UI patterns more than we realize, and it's what we all know. So take advantage of that. Majority of people do know how to tap, drag, swipe objects around a screen, and you can implement UI patterns. Just guide the user on initial launch or on that onboarding. So two use cases of effectively using augmented reality is IKEA and Apple. Both Apple and IKEA have great examples of enhancing what they have to offer by implementing AR into their website or app. Both have ways where people can test out the product before actual purchase. And then Apple has an experience of how you can take a desk or a flat surface and they will bring up a brand new MacBook for you. IKEA is a bit more useful in allowing you to play with dimension and spacing by having a view of how a piece of furniture will look in your living space. So that is an example of the IKEA app. So now I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a thing I did in my studies. The AR can. So the can was there to be a type of business card where users will be able to interact with this card opposed to just getting the card and be like, okay, cool, I will never use this thing. So now with the can, what they'd be able to do is take it, scan it, and play with it, and also enjoy augmented reality whilst getting to know my brand at that time. So I will let you guys, I'll pass the can around. It is a bit buggy, I'm not going to deny that, sorry. But yeah, have fun. Just please give it back and don't drink it. Out of all things, please don't drink it. But yeah, I'll give that now. So how I did this. I used various software to create this entire experience, from designing the label on Illustrator to creating the video on Premiere Pro, and then making and modeling the laptop in Blender. After this, you would export the laptop and then thereafter import it into Spark AR and lay it all out into an entire experience. So you would set a target, which is the label. That is the identifier within the software and how to access the experience. Then with a bunch of other jazz, you would then export this into either Facebook or Instagram, where it will come to life. Hello, can you please stop? Thank you. Okay, cool. So how this works, sorry, there was limitations to this. So this is one of my first prototypes that I worked on. So after exporting into Instagram, you would take one of these cans, you would scan the QR code. There are a few little steps of instructions of how to do this. And then from there, you'd be prompted on the screen to find the image, which is there. And then it would bring up a whole little video for you to watch and play with. I'm going to just let you watch it right now. Where the hell are we? There we go. So my conclusion is that in the end, AR is fun and interactive. Users can interact with your product and your brand in any type of level, whether it be a face filter, a whole little 3D object that you can play around with, whether it be sound as well, can be legit anything. The limitations are endless. So in more important ways is to not overcomplicate the experience and have the expectations set and instructions of how to use this clear. So in other words, be fun, be exciting, but be user-friendly. And in that, I'm done now. Thank you.